Hi everyone, it's Tonya Gibbs with Psycho Mom Scrapbooks, and I want to share with you a tutorial today for making library pockets. These super cute, super fun, and I made them with my envelope punch board. This is a tutorial for the flamingoscraps.com followers where we're doing our December daily, but of course anyone could use this tutorial. So if you're following along with the December daily, go ahead and bookmark this tutorial so you can reference it later. So to make these, and I've made them in a couple of different sizes. I made them in this size is a 4-inch size, and this is yields a 2-inch size. And these little tags that we talked about in the Ustream, they're going to fit right down inside of there. So look at how cute and adorable that is. So to get started, what you need is a sheet of paper. This is for the dimensions for the 4-inch are 8.5 by 4 1/4. So any measurement that you want to do, any size you want to do, you're just going to, remember that it's double plus a half. So if you want a 4-inch pocket, it'll be 4 and 4 is 8 plus a 1/2 inch, which would make it 4 1/2. So I hope that helps. And I'll give you some references for some sizes at the end. So you're going to take your envelope punch board, and Flamingo Scraps was selling these for a long time. At the beginning of the year we sold a bunch of them, so it's great to use the tools up that we have. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to line up your paper with the 4 1/2 inch mark on the punch board, which is right here, and you're going to punch. Then you're going to flip it top over like this and line it up with the 4 1/2 inch mark and punch. Okay, so this is what you have. Now we need to find the center point of this, and to me, I don't like to measure any more than I have to, and some of the math in this project was really hurting my head. So what I do is I'm just going to take this and fold it over and try and line up these rounded corners so that they match up right there. And then the same thing over here. Now your envelope punch board comes with a bone folder, and it's right here in the side of the board, so it's handy. But you know, obviously you could use any one you had on your desk, but we're using the tool, so we're going to use the tool. And you're going to score. Now that's got it, make sure, like I said, that your rounded corners even up, but that's your center point right there. Then this flap right here that's hanging off, this 1/2 inch that's hanging off over here, we're going to also just run across, this edge here and score. You don't need a ruler because your bone folder will bump up to that edge, and just score it. It doesn't have to be precise, it just has to be scored so that you have a guide later. So now we're going to bring back our punch board, and on the inside of your punch board you have this tongue that points out this way. This is the score guide. And then at the very end where that plastic ends, there's a little ridge right there. That's the ridge you want to line up whenever we do the next score. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the edge of this paper, this side, we're going to line it up with that ridge. Now I need to turn it around so that I can see what I'm doing. And if we did our math right and we scored everything properly, it should line up on this side with 4 1/8. So we're going to punch. Then we're going to flip it over again, and the score line is what you're going to line up with this time. So it's going to line right up with that ridge, and again, your paper should line up with 4 1/8 over here if you did it right. Okay, so now we have this. We don't need this anymore, so we're going to put it away. Now you're going to take just an X-Acto knife, and you're going to miter this edge off. And I just kind of try to keep it with where the end of this side is. Just kind of cut it. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but just, you just want to remove some of that bulk, so when we pull it in, it's even done. Okay, So now this is what we have. Now we're going to open this up. And this is going to be, let's see, if we make this the front of our, let's just say that this is the front of our pocket on this side right here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to line up our ruler so it's right at the edge of where you mitered here. And then the bottom of the curve here, the lowest peak, and then line it up over here on this side with the edge. And that should get us a straight line. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the first tab, and then I just like to rotate my X-Acto knife to the back and very gently run it across the bottom tab. You may have to do it a couple of times because you're doing this very gently. You can use that bone folder if you feel more secure with that, but watch what happens. Now we've got this cut off, and this is going to fold down, okay? Fold to the inside. Now we're going to flip it over, and basically we're going to do just about the same thing. This time we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to leave this one alone, and the one that has the flap on the bottom right here that we just made, we're going to cut that flap, that tab off. So again, we're going to line our ruler up just like this, and we're going to cut this tab right here off. Okay, so now this is what we have. And I'm going to take this piece right here, flip it to the inside. You should have, it should be 4 inches, which it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to find the 2-inch mark, which is right here, and I'm going to just use a pencil and draw a line straight down. This is going to give me a reference of where the center point is on this envelope, so I don't have to guess. And then I'm going to take I'm using a 1-inch punch. You can use any size you want, but I'm going to use a 1-inch punch. Find the center point of the punch and the center point of the halfway mark, see? And that line just gives you a nice reference, and punch it, and that's going to give us our opening for our library pocket. So now it's time to assemble. So I'm going to pull this piece up, and I'm going to pull this piece up. The side flap, you're going to use wet adhesive, and I'm using my Tombow Mono adhesive. We're going to put a little bit on there. You don't want a lot because you don't want to goop it out. Now you have to decide, do you want the flaps all to the inside, make it completely clean if you're going to see it from both sides, like if you're going to punch it and put it inside like a pocket inside your jump rings, then you might want to make it clean and put everything to the inside. But I don't like that look because that's not what library pockets look like. So what I did was I'm going to put that flap to the inside, and that's going to make it kind of like a gusset. And then I'm going to take this flap and I'm going to put it to the outside and just apply a little pressure until it adheres down. You don't want to use a runner adhesive on these because they don't dry completely, obviously. So your papers and things that you put inside the pocket could get caught on that adhesive. And sometimes over time, the humidity and things, those do not stick very well. So you don't want this to come undone. But anyway, and I wouldn't even use hot glue. It's too bulky. These mono adhesives, the quick dry adhesives and things, any of them will work really. Just add a little pressure till they're a little bit tacky and dry, and there you go. Now you have your perfect little library pocket, and I love that the sides match completely. Everything is centered here in the center. Now to make the smaller one, all you have to do is, I have the measurements here. This was the one we just made. Excuse me, it was 4 inches. So all we're going to do is make it, this is our, so to come up with our width, what I did was, you always want to leave a 1/2 inch. So if your pocket is 4 inches, you're going to double the 4 inches to make it 8, and then add a 1/2 inch, and that's going to add your fold in pieces. Okay, and then as far as the width goes, you're just going to add 1/4 inch to whatever final size you want. So if you want a 4-inch pocket, you're going to make it 8.5 by 4 1/4. If you want a 2-inch pocket, you're going to make it 4.5 by 2 1/4. And if you wanted a 3-inch pocket, you're just going to make it 3.5, or No, yeah, no, you're going to make it 6.5. See, I've got that all messed up. I'm not a math genius. You're going to make it 6.5 by 3.25. Okay, so you're just doubling whatever this value is, you double it and add a 1/2 inch to it to come up with the width of your paper. So this is your paper sizes. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and that you guys start making them using your punch boards. And then if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to ask me, and I look forward to your comments. And I also look forward to seeing all your December dailies for all of you who are following along with us. Make sure you go to the Flamingo Scraps Facebook wall and like them on Facebook, and then make sure you're posting your projects in there as you work along with us. So thank you so much for watching, and I will speak with you later.